Okay, and it is going to be a bit more dynamic, just like our warrior sequence yesterday. So I'm going to break the first one down, and then we're going to flow through a few ourselves, and then you can continue to practice yourself at home, okay? So beginning at the front of our mat, and we are going to incorporate postures that we've been focusing on during the week. We're taking our feet apart, spreading out those toes into Tadasana, mountain pose. Remember, we've practiced this week. Spreading out into the toes, going up onto the balls of the feet, rolling forward, balls to heels, engaging the calves, taking a slight bend in the knee, tucking the buttocks under, tucking that pelvis, engaging the thighs, hamstrings, entire lower body engaged, and finding a place of stillness, okay? If we're engaging the bandhas, pulling up in the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, that's the pelvic floor, the navel back to the spine, lengthening from the hips to the shoulders, taking the shoulders back and down, palms either side of the body, and we're going to lengthen through the top of the head. Now, the sequence that I'm going to take you through is Surya Namaskara A. This is not the one that's in your handbook. I've given you the two different ones. I'm going to take you through this one, and you've got a different one in your handbook for the variation should you want to mix it up, okay? This is the most basic and simplest one to begin with. So we're just going to close our eyes and take a few breaths here, making sure we're lengthening through the top of the head, engaging all of those muscles, making sure we're not collapsing into the mountain. Allowing a smile to form on the lips. And on the inhale, we're just going to take those hands up, looking up at the thumbs, slight back bend. And on the exhale, we're going to come forward from the hips, okay? So again, we can take the fingers into the crease of the hips if this helps, okay? If we're just coming to here, that's fine too. If we're coming all the way forward, again, we can use blocks here if we want to, or we can come onto the fingertips. Placing the hands, I would rather you bend the knees and come all the way down, looking through the knees, okay? Coming onto the tips of the fingers and looking towards the nose. We're going to then place the hands down again, okay? And we're going to come back into plank pose. Now, if plank pose is not available to you, just come down into tabletop, okay? So from plank pose or half plank pose, we're going to come down and we're going to come up into cobra pose, okay? So this is a nice variation. If you want to take it into Adho Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, that's absolutely fine, okay? If this is too much, here is available too, Sphinx pose. From here, we're going to turn the toes under, come up onto the knees and pop up into downward facing dog, okay? So we're going to take 5 breaths here now. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And this is when my mic pops out. All right, so hands about shoulder width apart, knees can be just directly under the pelvis. You can walk the doggy, remembering to breathe in and out through the nose. I haven't taken you through the inhale and the exhale. We'll do that with the next round, okay? I just want to get the movements, the sequence down. But please do breathe. And if you can take those heels to the ground, fantastic. Shoulders back and down away from the ears, pushing into the hands, taking a slight bend in the elbows. Uddiyana Bandha, navel back to the spine, pulling up with the sit bones. Then we're going to look forward between the hands and we're going to gently walk those feet up. Now you can do it in one step or you can do a few steps if that's what's available. Hands back down on the mat, looking through the knees. Coming onto the tips of the fingers, looking forward. Inhale. Coming up, looking at the thumbs. Exhale. Back to prayer pose. Okay, so that is one round of Surya Namaskara. So this time we're going to join the breath with the movement, okay? Which makes it a moving meditation. It makes it that salutation to the sun. Beginning into Tadasana pose again, activating all of those muscles. Now, keeping all of the muscles of the body active all times here, guys. Inhale, taking the hands up, looking at the thumbs. Exhale, bending forward from the hips. Placing the hands on the mat, looking through the knees. Inhale, looking up towards the tip of the nose. Exhale, coming down. Okay, so if we're coming into our plank, this is called Chaturanga Dandasana. Okay, exhale, coming down. Okay, now you can come to here. This is up dog with the thighs are off the mat, or let them rest down into Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Okay, turning the toes under, and we're going to take 5 breaths here. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog, just flexing those feet, walking the doggy, pushing into the hands. Now, as we transition from cobra or up dog into down dog, try not to move the hands if possible too much. You're better to move the feet. Okay, then find that position, whatever that is, pulling up with the sit bones, and slowly take the heels towards the mat if that's available. We're going to take a few breaths here. One more. Then we're going to look forward between the hands. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to try and walk it forward in one step if we can. Okay. Hands on the mat. Exhale as we look through the knees. Inhale, coming up onto the tips of the fingers. Exhale, back down again, looking through the knees. Inhale, coming up, looking at the thumbs. Exhale, bring the hands back to prayer position. So I'm sure you can see inhale is coming up, exhale is coming down. And that's always the way yoga flow moves. So whatever the posture, if we're coming up, we're inhaling. If we're going down, we're exhaling. So a nice practice is to take the hands up, hands down. Inhale, exhale. And it's a really nice way to remember it, okay? All right. So let's bang through 3 more of these bad boys in your own time, with your own adaptions, with your props, with your modifications. Inhale, coming up, looking at the thumbs. Exhale, coming down, placing the hands on the mat, looking through the knees, coming onto the tips of the fingers, looking forward, hands down again. Exhale, either coming onto the knees or onto Chaturanga, coming down, up dog, down dog. And we're going to take 5 breaths here. Again, you can keep walking that doggy if you want. Okay. Or you can find stillness. One more breath. Looking between the hands, bending the knees, and just walking or jumping the feet forward. Place the hands on the mat. Exhale, look through the knee. Inhale, tips of the fingers, looking forward. Exhale, hands back down, looking through the knees again. Inhale, as we come up, looking at the thumbs. Exhale, back to center. 2 more. Inhale, coming up, looking at the thumbs. Exhale, bending forward from the hips, hands either side of the feet, looking between the knees. Inhale, looking up towards the nose. Exhale, hands down, coming back into Chaturanga, half Chaturanga, coming down to the mat, up into Cobra or up dog. Exhale, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. So placing those feet wherever is comfortable. Pulling up with the sit bones and placing the heels. 5 breaths here. After 5 breaths, looking between the hands, walking the feet forward, placing the hands on the mat, looking through the knees, coming onto the tips of the fingers, looking forward. Inhale, exhale, back down again, look through the knees. Inhale, rising up, looking up at the thumbs, Exhale, back to starting position. Last one. Inhale, coming up, looking up at the thumbs. Exhale, coming down, bending forward. Hands either side of the feet, looking through the knees. Coming on to the tips of the fingers, looking forward. Exhale, hands down, coming into chaturanga or your half chaturanga, coming down to the mat, up dog. Exhale, into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Finding your down dog and taking 5 breaths here. Now, as you move into your down dog, I would ask how much more flexible, how much warmer the body is at this point. Release that jaw, releasing the tension in the neck and the shoulders. Shoulders back and down away from the ears. Inhale, looking between the hands. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, coming onto the tips of the fingers, looking forward. Exhale, back down, looking between the knees. Inhale, coming up, looking up at the thumbs. Exhale, back to center.